It's because of these 6 mistakes that most men over 40 struggle so much to gain muscle mass. When people hit their 40s, many assume their bodies are destined to lose muscle mass. This belief is usually linked to factors like the natural decline of hormones such as testosterone, a more stressful routine, whether due to work or family, and slower muscle recovery compared to someone in their 20s or 30s. However, science has shown that older men can continue gaining muscle mass as long as they adjust their training, nutrition, and recovery methods to meet their body's needs at this stage. This is where the most common mistakes come into play, leading the vast majority to failure. Many of these mistakes aren't exclusive to those over 40, but they become more impactful in this age group since the body responds differently and requires more attention. The core idea is simple. Aging isn't synonymous with muscle loss, but to build muscle, we must avoid specific mistakes. Stay tuned until the end, because mistake number 3 is the most common. Number 6. Mistake in training volume. There's a common misunderstanding among men over 40. They reduce their training volume in an attempt to spare their bodies and improve recovery. However, in practice, gradually increasing volume is often what provides the necessary stimulus for continued positive adaptations. A 2012 study revealed something quite interesting. While increasing training volume had minimal impact on younger participants, older men who doubled their exercise volume experienced a significant increase in muscle protein synthesis rates. This means that for men over 40, keeping the body challenged may be even more essential for muscle growth. Of course, this doesn't mean you should hit the gym and instantly double your sets. Such an abrupt change can lead to injuries and overtraining, especially in muscles and joints that have already been through decades of use. The correct approach is to increase volume progressively. For example, gradually increase weekly sets per muscle group. If you currently do 10 sets for chest, try adding 2 sets every few weeks and observe how your body responds. Adapt volume to your reality. People with busy schedules may need to structure their workouts efficiently to optimize time without sacrificing intensity. Track your progress. Using a notebook or app to log your sets, reps, and weights allows for more precise training adjustments. The main takeaway: don't be afraid to train with more volume as long as you do it wisely, respecting your body's limits and focusing on proper technique. Number 5. Ignoring the importance of micronutrients and focusing only on macros. Another big mistake is thinking that only protein, carbs, and fats matter while neglecting essential vitamins, minerals, and other micronutrients. After 40, the body's ability to absorb certain nutrients may decline, and specific micronutrient needs may increase to help with maintaining hormonal health, like vitamin D, magnesium, and zinc, strengthening bones and joints, such as calcium, vitamin K, and vitamin C, improving muscle recovery, including vitamin B6, B12, and iron. Additionally, focusing only on macros often leads to a repetitive, nutrient-poor diet. Over time, nutritional deficiencies can build up, negatively impacting not just gym performance, but also immune function, energy levels, and mental health. To avoid this mistake, diversify your diet. Include fruits, vegetables, and a variety of protein sources such as meat, eggs, dairy, and legumes. Get regular blood tests to detect potential deficiencies and adjust your diet or supplementation accordingly. Consult a nutritionist or healthcare professional if needed to create a nutrient-rich meal plan tailored to your needs. Don't underestimate the power of micronutrients. Number 4. Mistake in protein timing. As we age, our bodies develop something called anabolic resistance. In practice, this means that protein synthesis after training doesn't respond as well to smaller amounts of protein. While a younger person might do just fine with 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight spread throughout the day, men over 40 may need to optimize their intake even more, especially post-workout. One study compared muscle protein synthesis, responses to 0, 10, 20, and 40 grams of post-exercise protein. They observed a 65% increase at 20 grams of protein and a 90% increase at 40 grams. This suggests that as we age, the amount of protein needed per meal, especially after training, may be higher than when we were younger. It's important to understand that total daily protein intake isn't the only factor that matters. The amount of protein per meal also plays a crucial role. In other words, Consuming 40 grams of protein in one meal may create a more significant protein synthesis spike than splitting that same amount into multiple tiny portions. General tips for men over 40 to optimize protein intake. Prioritize post-workout meals. Consume 25 to 40 grams of high-quality protein within 1 to 2 hours after exercise. Distribute protein intake wisely. If you consume, for example, 180 grams of protein per day, aim to divide it into 4 or 5 balanced meals rather than having 2 protein-heavy meals and 2 meals lacking protein. Choose the right protein sources. Complete proteins with a good essential amino acid profile, such as whey protein, red meat, fish, and eggs, are best for stimulating protein synthesis. Keep in mind that your body changes and your strategies should too. Don't stick to what worked when you were 20 or 30. Adjust your protein intake to match your current needs and enjoy the results. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having access to the right information is the best thing you can do for your fitness journey. Number 3. Mistake in recovery. Since we've talked about increasing training volume, I need to say this. Don't confuse that with neglecting recovery. In fact, as you age, having a solid rest strategy becomes even more important, since cellular and muscle regeneration tends to slow down compared to younger years. Many people misunderstand recovery and think it just means doing fewer sets or having fewer training sessions. But recovery goes far beyond that, and the most common mistakes usually appear in 3 key areas: rest time between sets, rest time between training days, rest time while sleeping. Let's start with rest time between sets. A 2016 study showed that participants who rested 3 minutes between sets experienced significantly greater muscle growth compared to those who only rested 1 minute. Another study compared a group that rested 5 minutes between sets with a group that rested just 1 minute, finding that the group with longer rest had twice the muscle protein synthesis response. This happens because longer rest intervals allow muscles to replenish some of their ATP stores and prepare for the next set with proper intensity. For big compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, and bench presses, which demand a lot of effort, I recommend at least 3 minutes of rest. For isolation exercises, you can use shorter rest periods between 1 to 2 minutes, depending on your goal. Rest time between training sessions. Another key factor is how long you wait before training the same muscle group again. A simple rule is, wait 24 to 48 hours before hitting the same muscle group again. If you're feeling especially sore, take an extra rest day. If you're not sore at all, there's no need to extend the break unnecessarily. Everyone is different. Some people recover quickly, while others need more time to feel ready. A good way to gauge recovery is by monitoring your next workout's performance. If you notice a consistent drop in strength or endurance, it might be time to extend your recovery period a bit more. Sleep and its benefits. Last, but definitely not least, sleep. Poor nighttime rest doesn't just hinder muscle recovery, it also disrupts hormonal balance, immune system health, concentration, and daytime productivity. A good night's sleep can optimize muscle protein synthesis, regulate anabolic hormone levels, improve cognitive function, helping you stay more focused during workouts. Keep appetite under control, reducing binge eating episodes. The general recommendation is 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. But remember, it's not just about the number of hours, you also need quality sleep. Someone sleeping 7 hours can have a much more restorative rest than someone sleeping 9 hours with poor sleep hygiene. When we talk about sleep hygiene, we mean developing habits that help your body sleep better. The key ones are, number 1, avoid blue light. The blue light emitted by electronic devices like phones, computers, and tablets suppresses melatonin production, the hormone essential for sleep. Turning off or limiting screen time a few hours before bed helps your body prepare for rest. Number 2, sleep early, respecting your circadian rhythm. Your biological clock follows a 24-hour cycle, regulated by light exposure and hormone production. Going to bed earlier, when melatonin levels naturally rise, helps you fall asleep more easily and improves sleep quality. Number 3, avoid heavy meals close to bedtime. Eating too much right before bed keeps your digestive system active, making it harder to fall asleep and potentially causing discomfort. Number 4, sleep in a dark environment. The absence of light stimulates sleep hormones and prevents distractions or interruptions. Keeping your bedroom completely dark is crucial. Number 5. Limit liquid intake before bed. Drinking too much water or other fluids can cause frequent bathroom trips, disrupting your sleep cycle. Reducing nighttime fluid intake helps ensure an uninterrupted night. Number 6. Keep your bedroom at a comfortable temperature. A cooler room temperature promotes sleep, as your body naturally lowers its internal temperature during the night. By following these steps, you can improve sleep quality, which in turn enhances both physical and mental health. Yes, these habits may seem a bit annoying, but if you want different results than most people, you have to be willing to do what they aren't. Number 2. Mistake in training intensity. As people age, many become overly cautious with heavier weights, opting for very light loads out of fear of injuries or discomfort. But there's a fine line between training smart and not challenging yourself enough. If you don't provide the right stimulus to your muscles, they simply have no reason to grow. The truth is, you need to train closer to failure, whether you're doing 6 to 8 reps, 8 to 12, or even more than 12. The key is ensuring your muscles are sufficiently stimulated to the point where adaptation is necessary. Low-rep training. Muscle fiber activation, especially fast twitch fibers, is high from the first rep. The muscle is immediately exposed to significant overload due to the heavier weight. High-rep training. Here, muscle fiber activation relies more on fatigue. Fibers are gradually recruited as you progress through the set, reaching the necessary intensity after several reps. What does this mean for men over 40? You can use lighter weights to minimize joint strain, but you must still push each set to a point where your muscles feel truly challenged, meaning close to technical failure. On the other hand, if your body is healthy and accustomed to heavier training, there's no issue with lifting heavier loads, as long as you maintain proper form and gradually progress the weight. The most important thing is not falling into the trap of staying in a comfort zone with your rep ranges. Adjust your intensity to make sure every set truly pushes your muscles to their maximum or near maximum capacity. Number 1. Not stretching and warming up before training. Finally, a mistake that's often overlooked but becomes crucial after 40. Neglecting warm-ups and stretching. As we age, our joints, tendons, and ligaments lose some of the elasticity and lubrication they once had. Plus, injury recovery becomes slower. A proper warm-up greatly reduces injury risk and improves workout performance. Meanwhile, dynamic stretching before training and static stretching afterward can also improve mobility, which is essential for performing compound movements with a full range of motion. Reduce tension and everyday aches, such as tight shoulders and lower back strain. Increase blood circulation in the muscles, optimizing the delivery of nutrients and oxygen. An ideal warm-up includes joint mobility exercises and specific movements for the muscle group you'll be working. For example, if you're training legs, start with a few minutes on the treadmill or bike to warm up your whole body. Follow with bodyweight squats and hip-opening movements. Do a few light reps of your main exercise, whether it's barbell squats, leg press, or another movement, to prepare your neuromuscular system. After training, static stretching can help reduce muscle tension and potentially improve recovery. Stretching also promotes relaxation, which may help lower cortisol levels. Warming up and stretching may not be as exciting as lifting heavy weights, but they make a huge difference in maintaining joint and muscle health long-term. They allow you to keep training safely and effectively at 40, 50, 60 years old, and beyond. If you implement these changes, you'll be well on your way to building strength and muscle, regardless of your age. With age comes experience, and with that, the ability to train smarter and more strategically. Discipline, patience, and consistency are essential at any stage of life, but especially after 40, when every detail matters. Adjust your training, nutrition, and recovery habits, and you'll see firsthand that building muscle after 40 isn't just possible, it's absolutely achievable when you make the right choices. If you enjoyed these tips, make sure to check out the video on your screen right now, where we break down 11 common habits that are sabotaging your workouts. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you, my friend.